I think quitting porn is the ultimate red pill. The red pill phrase has been thrown around over these last couple of years. You hear it in the political sphere, oftentimes with people waking up to the truth and the ideologies that are being pushed on us. It's a term that has been used in the men's coaching space manosphere for probably a decade now. And I've had my opinions, and I've shared this openly on a handful of our episodes of The Superhuman Life, that I think a lot of what they teach in the red pill community is destructive and dangerous to young men. But when I talk about quitting porn is the ultimate red pill, I'm not pointing at a political ideology. I'm not pointing at the red pill community or the red pill manosphere. I'm talking about waking up to the truth of what it means to be a man. I'm talking about having your eyes opened up and beginning to see the world through a different lens and perspective. I knew that porn was dangerous and was having a negative impact on my mental health and on the neurobiology of my brain because I've done the research. But it wasn't until I got on the other side of my addiction, 30, 60, 90 days free from pornography, that I actually began to experience many of these benefits. I saw the world a whole lot differently. I was having a conversation recently with a very high level entrepreneur, somebody that's company is generating well over 8 figures a year. This man is in incredible shape, truly disciplined, and inspiring public figure with his content. We have a podcast coming up very soon on the Superhuman Life with him. But he was open about his own use, recreational use of pornography for decades. He's 40 years old, born in 1983, grew up in a generation that I did, with porn was more or less a rite of passage for young men. It was something that we just did. It was something that we thought all men did. But through his personal development journey, he began to raise his level of consciousness, began to identify that little things that he thought were okay were having a negative impact on him. One of them was porn. He talked about there was never a point when he was done consuming pornography that he felt good about what he did. But it wasn't until he got on the other side and actually quit and removed it from his life. He said it was about a week until he actually began to experience many of the positive benefits, the raising of our consciousness, the overall awareness of how many of these things that we do and use are nothing more than coping mechanisms. And they're ways that we begin to alleviate and manage and deal with stress. There's never been a time in human history where porn is readily accessible and available to men like it is today. Any 11, 12, 14, 15, 16-year-old boy in a span of 15 minutes can go online, pull up some videos, and see, witness, participate, and consume more naked women than a king, sultan, emperor, world leader just generations ago could. You think our brain is developed to handle that? Now, for most of us that have been struggling with this, it is something that has been with us for a very long period of our life. There's clear and supporting evidence that shows early age exposure to pornography leads to the compulsive addiction later on in life. So if it's something that we've been a part of our lives for decades, how has that impacted our brain? How has that impacted our mental health? How has that impacted our mind-body connection? Because no matter what worldview or religion or spiritual practice you subscribe to, your brain, mind, body, heart, soul are all interconnected. And if one is impacted negatively, it's going to have a carryover effect to all the others. So when we're little boys, young men, we start developing these patterns, and this starts creating neural pathways in our brain. How does it impact how we see the world? How does it impact how we see other people? But more importantly, how does it impact how we see ourselves? Now, when I say that quitting porn is the ultimate red pill, what this requires is abstinence for an extended period of time. You may begin to experience some positive benefits in a week. You may begin to experience some positive benefits in 2 weeks. probably rising in your confidence, especially if it's something you've been struggling with for a long period of time. But 30 days, things click. 60 days, more things click. 90 days, your eyes are opened up now. You see the world through a different lens. You remove the glossy fog of pornography, the haze at which you see yourself. Because if you're struggling every time you look at yourself in the mirror, looking back at you as a man that is not living up to the standards that you want to, if you step out in the world knowing that you're struggling with confidence, how does it impact how you see other people? How does that impact the aura, the presence, the radiant energy that you give off? Quitting porn is the ultimate red pill because it changes how you see yourself. And by changing how you see yourself, you change how you interact with others. You now step into social situations with an aura of confidence that you're a man of integrity, that you're a man that actually can help and serve and do things for other people. Now, quitting porn is also the ultimate red pill because it changes how you see other people. They've done brain scans while men are watching and consuming pornography. The area of our brain that is lit up and is stimulated is the part of our brain that is associated with objects, meaning we are wiring and neurologically programming ourselves that when we see and interact with people, they're nothing more than objects in our life for our own self-gratifying pleasure. Now, when you're in intimacy, when you're in connection, when you're in relationships, when you're in community with people, there's an entirely different area of your brain that is stimulated. You begin to tap on that, begin to actually focus on creating deep, meaningful connections and community with other people, probably first starting with other men that are struggling through the same thing that you are. How does it impact and change your life? Quitting porn is the ultimate red pill because it changes how we see other people. It changes how we see ourselves. So now we step into situations. What can I do for you? As opposed to what can you do for me? I said it time and time and here again. The act of consuming pornography is one of the most selfish behaviors that a man can participate in. When we are not happy with the situations and the way that our life is presenting itself to us, we run, we escape, we use the pacifier of pornography to alleviate and manage that stress. Versus a man that sees the world through a lens of service because he's proud of who he is and he knows he has something to offer the world. What can I do for you? Versus what can I get from you? It changes the lens. It changes the perspective. It changes how you see the world. Quitting porn is the ultimate red pill because it changes how you see yourself. It changes how you see your others. It changes how you see the world, and it changes how you see yourself positioned in the world. Because if you've been struggling with this behavior for a long period of time, maybe it's getting on the other side of it that is going to develop the confidence that you need to step into the other fears that you're running from in your life. What are you avoiding in your life right now because you are not confident in your ability to be a man? What opportunities, what risk are you avoiding taking? What journeys are you avoiding embarking on? What relationships are you avoiding creating because you are not confident in your ability to be a man? Quitting porn is the ultimate red pill. And if you want to begin to see the world differently, you want to begin to see yourself differently, it starts with taking action today. 4 years ago, I set on a path to help men reboot, rewire their brain, reshape their heart so they could rebuild themselves and rebuild their lives. I believe our track record of success has spoken for itself. Our men experience deeper connection with themselves, more confidence. They begin to walk in integrity. They begin to take bigger risks. They begin to create deeper connections in relationships. And if that's something that you want to do and experience in your life, I want to invite you to be a part of our community. In the description box, in the show notes down there below, I'm going to put a link to our coaching page and application. It's a simple process. We do want to get to know you here a little bit. We want to make sure that you're a right fit for us and that we're a right fit for you. We've turned away many men in the past because for whatever reason, we just didn't align. But if you're interested in learning more, if you're interested in taking the red pill in your life and think that we can help you do that, then I want to invite you into our community. Click the link down there below, fill out the application page, book a call, and I'd love to have a conversation with you just to see, does this make sense? And if it does, then 3 months later, you're a different man that sees a different world. That's what Rebuilt Recovery and Rebuilt Man is all about. Guys, I hope you got value out of this episode. If you're interested in taking the leap and want to take the red pill, fill the link out or click the link and fill the application out, book a call, and I'll see you on the inside. And if not, and if all you're doing is getting value out of these episodes and this is helping you make the progress that you need, then that's enough for me. But do us a favor. Leave us a rating, leave us a review. Let us know how this is impacting your life. But more importantly, share it with somebody that you believe can benefit from this. But Coach Frank here at the Rebuilt Man, Rebuilt Recovery. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.